Pull a card, any one of these, and I will figure out by the end of the video if this is your card. I'm not gonna look at it. I'm gonna put it back in here. And here we go. We're gonna fold them up and get them all shuffled. Well, are you curious to know if I find the right one or not? I'll get back to that in a minute. You ever notice how curiosity feels a lot like hunger? Not what's for dinner hunger. I mean, what's beyond the door? What's beyond the click? What's at the bottom of the memory hole kind of hunger? The human brain is a junkie for maybe. Maybe the next video explains everything. Maybe this next link makes sense of my life. Maybe, just maybe, the next click will finally tell me why I keep clicking. YouTube's been feeding it intravenously. That's curiosity. Curiosity isn't just wanting to know. It's not being able to stand not knowing. It's a psychological itch that only scratching makes worse. When your brain encounters an information gap, something it almost understands, it lights up the same dopamine circuits that make gambling, social media, and cliffhangers work. It's called the information gap theory. Your brain sees a missing piece, and suddenly that gap becomes unbearable. You don't need to know everything. You just need to know enough to fill the hole. I've been making videos and little movies for a long time, since just before YouTube. And had I had more foresight, I would have been utilizing YouTube back then at its initial conception, which I did to some degree. But then, life gets in the way and you come back around to using it as a tool to try and make money. Such is life. I lament it, and I'm a little late to the game, but I've been doing this now for a couple of years, and it's still a mystery. But what I do know is this. Video, especially YouTube, hijacks that curiosity with kind of like a 1-2 punch. That pattern surprise. The pattern says, you know how this goes, and the surprise says, oh no you don't. Your brain releases dopamine before the payoff, in anticipation of learning something new. That's why you can watch a 30-minute video on the evolution of the shopping cart and feel spiritually nourished. It's weird how this works. But it's not just visuals, it's the editing rhythm, cuts, motion, faces, the thumbnails. Every one of them says something's happening here in this little rectangle, even if nothing actually is. Interesting, right? It's very interesting. Here's kind of that tragic twist, is that curiosity dies when you think you already know. Modern media trains us not to ask questions, but to feel informed. We scroll through headlines, thumbnails, and hot takes, mistaking the appearance of knowledge for the experience of learning and remembering. And when something actually demands effort, when the payoff's not instant, we call it boring. So the most curious species in the universe has somehow built a system that discourages curiosity. That's the irony. The more I try to make people curious, the less curious they become. When curiosity fails, it's not because people don't care. It's because they've been conditioned to need certainty. That black and white feeling, even though everything is gray. Every platform promises answers, not questions. YouTube wants satisfaction loops, not cliffhangers. So if I make a video asking something, Why do people stop being curious? Because it is a real kind of feeling. The algorithm here's unresolved narrative, low watch time, bury it. Meanwhile, top 10 ways curiosity will make you rich gets 10 million views. We've gamified curiosity, but stripped it of risk. Real curiosity takes vulnerability. It means admitting we don't know and maybe never will. That doesn't trend well. So how do you bring it back? You don't feed curiosity. You starve it just enough. You make gaps. You build mystery. You say, there's something here, but you'll have to come look. That's why mystery, history, and memory, the things that I'm trying to build this channel on, even though I've had low views for about 2 years now, it still pulls some people in. Because they whisper, you've forgotten something. And the brain hates forgetting. So maybe curiosity doesn't fail. Maybe it's just buried. And maybe this channel can be like a shovel. Go scooping up those things. By the way, is this your card? Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. Please check out the links and hit the buttons so you never miss an episode. Also, please become a paying member to help me buy more curiosity. Well, for Pixel here, he needs more churros and to keep the lights on. Stick around for more, and I will see you down the memory hole. It's not good. It's tasty. Yummy churros.